using Pages. So make sure you have Pages open on your laptop. Okay, you want to begin your Works Cited page on a new page and center the words Works Cited on the top line of the page. Make sure you're calling it Works Cited, not Works Cited. You use more than one source, so it needs to be Works Cited. Capitalize the W and the C. Did you spell cited properly? Works Cited centered on the top of the page. Good. Okay, that should be in Times 12-point font. So change that. It's really standard to have it in Times, and you want your font to be 12-point. Okay, you already have your citations created. Normally you would go to EasyBib.com to create all of your citations, but you can just copy and paste your citations from your Google Doc right into your Works Cited. Now remember that a URL is not a citation, so if you have any URLs, then you want to take those into EasyBib and create the actual citations. For this project, you should already have actual citations in your Google Doc. So go under Sources for each of your 6 or 7 sources, and you want to copy and paste those into your Works Cited. Okay, all of your citations should be double-spaced. So make sure to highlight all of your citations and click on double spacing. And you want to create hanging indents on all second and subsequent lines of each citation. So what that looks like, so say this is your citation right here. Okay, with hanging indents, your first line is actually left justified. It's all the way left to the margin. And then every other line, every other subsequent line, you would tab in like this. It's actually opposite of a paragraph. Normally in a paragraph the first line would be indented or tabbed in, and the other lines would be out to the margin. With hanging indents, it's opposite. Your first line hangs out over the rest of the lines. Every time you make a Works Cited, you need to create hanging indentations for each citation. So go ahead and do that now. A couple of tips. So in Word, if you ever do this in Word, there's actually a button you can highlight and just press hanging indents. Pages doesn't do that. So you actually have to go to these lines and tab in. One trick I've learned is if that's not working, sometimes if your URL is too long, like this one's pretty long, you might have to go to the end of the line and put a little space in to break up the URLs so that it'll go to the next line. One more trick to try if that's not working, you might kind of highlight the end of the line and press Shift Return, and that will create like a line break. So then you can go over here and press Tab or 10 spaces. So try to break up your URLs if it's giving you problems, or try to go to the end of the line and press Shift Return, and then go to the beginning of the line and press Tab or 10 spaces. Try those tricks. Okay, after you've created your hanging indentations, you want to alphabetize all of your citations. So alphabetize them by the author's last name, which is typically the first word in the citation. Make sure your capitalization and punctuation is appropriate. Sometimes if the article doesn't have an author, you might be alphabetizing by the first letter in the title. So alphabetize all of your citations by the first letter in the citation. Okay, here's a good one. Make sure all of your links work. So if I'm looking at your Works Cited and I say, wow, I really want to learn more about that. I want to look at this article. I want to read this article. I should be able to click on this and it should take me directly to the article. Let's try it. Oh, there it is. Okay, so all of your links should take you to an actual website. They shouldn't take you to a screen where you have to log into something. They shouldn't take you to like the general like Google search engine page. They should take you to the actual article. Okay, if it doesn't do that, you have to go back into EasyBib.com and recreate the citation properly. EasyBib will make your citations, but ultimately you're responsible to make sure they're all correct. Okay, so let's review. It should say Works Cited at the top in 12-point font, centered. Okay, you should have all of your citations, not URLs, all of your citations. All of your citations should be double-spaced. You should have hanging indents like so. They should be alphabetized by the first letter in the citation. All of your links should work. And that's how you make a Works Cited.